What's up, guys? This is a new thing here I'm working on. If you can't tell by the echo in this room, I'm doing a little something here. So here we are. I don't know what I'm doing. I am now a great carpenter, home renovator. So basically the tea is we had this old dingy nasty ass carpet in here and it needed to go, sis. She would carpet was older than me. It had been through God knows what. She needed to go. The carpet was beyond shot. So we decided to do the little DIY here because who has money to hire people to come fix their crap? But here I am. I am now teaching myself how to lay floors. And possibly lay new baseboards. I'm going to have to do that because for whatever reason, the person who was fixing, building, renovating, doing whatever to this house a way long time ago before we moved in, decided to not. I think what happened was they redid the floors. Like they put that carpet in here and then I think they did that carpet in the other room and they took all the baseboards off of some parts of the house and then left it on other parts and then never put them back on. If that gives you kind of an idea of what it is that I've been starting out with. Everything's just been prep work. From here, all the carpet's gone. That shit was gross. It didn't need to be seen. And so here we are now with... I'm currently working on priming. If you can't tell, all of this is just nasty. Needs to be repainted. You can see where the old bookshelf was. Lighting in here may not be that great, but you can just see all the old nasty shit everywhere. So yeah, this is the current area I'm working in. I already like scraped the floors and vacuumed and everything, and I'm starting to prime now in the closet. I had to remove all the baseboards in the closet here and part of the doors because for whatever reason these doors were touching the floor and all the other doors back there are not. No, I'm just waiting for all of this to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving forward here and just vacuum and prime this whole area. My goal is basically to get this whole like area here primed and ready to go, and then I'm going to paint these walls and then lay the floor, like start laying the floor and then just work my way over and back as I go. So if you would like to see how this catastrophe plays out, stay tuned. So basically the process that I'm kind of going through right now is obviously I got a mask on, gloves on, and I'm just going through, after I already scraped the floor, I scraped any and all remaining carpet pieces off, and then I also made sure everything was vacuumed and treated the wood so that there was no old pet nastiness, no old dirt and oils and spills from however long ago. So everything has been treated, and now we are just sealing it with the primer before we do a final basically cleaning and I lay the floor. For primer, we're using the Kills Original. This is obviously a white primer. It's a pretty quick drying one, but I am still allowing this primer to sit for at least 24 hours minimum before I'm like, you know, walking all over it and putting down flooring and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm no professional, so I'm basically just DIYing this whole thing. Oof, so we are back. It is a little bit later, but I am finally at a point where I can start painting some of these walls. So I'm about to start with a first coat of paint on some of this nastiness. So I'm obviously starting over here on this wall. I'm getting all of this. Just using some interior satin paint. So, oh boy. I guess I'll just zip through all of this. A little bit of a progress report. Me, of course, not being the carpenter that I am not. I didn't think about leveling the floors. Yeah. So that happened. To kind of get an idea of what this is gonna look like when I'm done here. 1/4-inch spacers, the essentials. And this is the flooring that we're using after painting the walls. Ooh, this door really stands out, boy. A little bit of a check-in though. I am trying to get this piano out of here. and everybody in the neighborhood going nuts. But my dumbass, of course, did not think about moving that out before. So I love that for me. I just love that for me. I'm trying, okay. But progress report, at least everything over here has been painted all the way up until boop, right about there. I still gotta get everything else. You can kind of actually see the difference. Either way, I'm gonna get the outlet covers back on the wall and the little vent thing back up. And then this wall will technically be done. But I gotta get that damn piano out before I can lay the rest of the floor. I need to prime the rest of the floor. I'm just still doing it in sections because, girl. We are back. Progress report. Yesterday was quite successful. No piano. This is what I've got going on so far. I had a little bit of help yesterday being able to lay these. So right now I have gotten some more primer down here and just hand painted it all, which is why it doesn't look very cohesive in this area mostly. But I needed to get it done so that I could lay more flooring today. So inside the closet's done. Everything is good there. I'm just currently measuring my next little piece here because I have to cut off this back part, but I have to leave it where it will then have other pieces that are in the closet. Something that I had not thought about right here. I have cut the back part of this off so I can no longer put a connecting piece here unless I actually glue it to the floor or stick it to the edge piece here. So that's gonna be an interesting fix. Other measurements I had to do here for this vent. So obviously this metal piece here is not very even, so I just kind of measured it from about 3.5 inches up to the 9-inch mark here, which is about where this line was. You can kind of see where I had my other line measured out here. That will at least give me the vent hole without it exposing the underfloor too much. So basically at this point my goal is to keep moving on down, get this wall painted here, the remainder bit there, get the rest of the hallway done, get the closets done. We'll kind of see how it goes. We'll see. It's gonna be pretty interesting, me trying to figure out the rest of this process, but I'm getting it. I think I should just have this as like a permanent piece of my fashion statement in my day-to-day life. I think it's a look. So I guess I decided to come show you all a little bit of a progress report that I have going on here. I'm currently trying to get into this closet. Fine and dandy and all, but it's taken me an hour just to get the measurements. I've gotten the spacers in there, and now this is my back piece. It's got like this little strip here of the panel that I cut, and then I've got the full panel, and then there'll be another full panel that'll fit, and then this piece here that I have just kind of like measuring the door. And I of course made that a little too small, so I have to go and recut off a piece of the end to kind of stick back on there and make it look like I didn't cut it off. This is not fun. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Well, it took me well over an hour. but I did it. I also have discovered how terribly the reno on this house was done. So this closet used to be a bedroom before it was turned into a closet. They put an extension on, moved the kitchen back, put a shower over here. So it's obviously not a room anymore. Well, one thing we noticed when we first moved in is that they didn't put any boards in here. The whole thing is completely hollow. There's no boards. You can also tell that they didn't do a very good job because I had to remove the spacers from the closet. Why? Because the walls in this closet were so uneven that it wouldn't fit. But for tonight, I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm gonna try to get the second coat of primer on this little section of the floor here. And then we'll see what I can get done tomorrow. Oh boy. Finally got to paint the doors and like, good lord. Such a difference. What is up? It's time for an update. I have been working on this project for weeks. I'm almost halfway done. Luckily, I don't exactly know where I left off. I'm pretty sure I talked about the doors, the painting, on the back hallway area there. Now, today, my goal is to work on this one section where the couch was. Obviously, none of this has been primed, leveled, anything. It's been vacuumed and that's it. It hasn't even had any of its cleaning done. And then look at this, water damage all along the back wall here. But the thing is there's a couch here and there's no way that any water could have seeped through. So I think that the plumbing in the wall that goes into the bathroom is leaking. But at this point, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. I'm not a plumber. So everything is a mess right now. But with the flooring, I've gotten all the way back down here into the hall. Still haven't gotten into this closet here yet. I'm trying to find a strip that I can kind of fix some of these doorways with. We had to kind of mess a lot with these because there was a lot of damage done to some of these carpets. I'm getting there, but everything is a disaster at the moment. Quite messy. But I hope to get some of this done today at least, so then I can do a little unboxing video with Ollie. We got our Maybar box and it came super late, so finally getting to do that now that it's the end of the month. I guess I'll check in again here later. Okay. I don't know how long it's been since I updated last on this beautiful flooring project. I don't want to do this anymore. So basically the last little bit that I've been doing here has been an extraordinary pain in the booty. Literal pain in the booty. What doesn't help is the fact that 2 of the boxes that we had prior to starting this project that we used as the reference boxes for the rest of the flooring you see here on the floor, it wasn't the right shade. It was like, because these were printed God knows how long ago because they had been given to us, we were like, hey, let's just match them up with the same numbers and everything. It's the same wood, same brand, everything, but the pigment is just barely different. So that's a box and a half gone. So then I opened up this box that we had shipped ever so wonderfully, had broken the package. That's right, when I opened it up, every single panel had a broken corner. Every single one. Meaning it had to be dropped or smashed or hit up against hard. Very hard. And of course, you know, with these flooring pieces, how it has this sticky side, but then on the back side of it, the back sides are the piece of wood that just covers this gap. Of course, they all had to be broken on that one side. We had to go and purchase 3 more boxes. So I guess I'm going to show a little bit of like how I actually lay these pieces, because I don't know if I really explained in depth how I've been laying these pieces to make them look decent, or try, because I obviously don't know what I'm doing. So let's get in that. Okay, so basically, as I was saying, this would be the front piece with the sticky strip going out. And then on the back side is where that overhang is that adheres here. That paper is terrible. It is littering my house. When I lay these things, first of all, my animals, which most of them haven't even been really in here, there's still hair. There's freaking pet hair everywhere, on everything. I vacuum every piece of this and the already laid floor several times a day, multiple times, as I'm doing this project, and still, it is everywhere. But at this point, I've gotten so sick of it, I don't really care. But now that the floor is vacuumed and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Yeah, one of those pieces of paper just blew off. Piece of shit. I have a little headlamp on, so I can kind of tell exactly how big the gap is. I want the gap non-existent. That's basically how I've been laying these. I started off in the corner and I push it up as hard as I can. Not really as hard as I can, I would probably break it, but enough to where it's not going to move. And then I apply equal amounts of pressure to lay these sides here. Not very much on the length, because if that lays down, it's gonna screw it up. You wanna make sure that this back side is also laid equally. So I kind of overlay it and then just very carefully with my thumb kind of push it back down. And then once that's laid, I continue to apply the pressure, pushing it back onto this back piece while pushing it this way to be flush on this side. And then this way, you basically can't really see the seam. Gives it an almost seamless, like, straight roll that had just been laid on the floor, you know, instead of actual individual panels. I'm getting close to the front door. I have to clean all of this mud off of the floor because, dear God, we got so much rain in 1 week. But yeah, I'm gonna just lay a few more of these and be kind of done for the day because my tailbone is severely bruised and hurting. And the only thing even allowing me to do this currently is some very strong Tylenol. It certainly is not helping this frickin' booty hole problem though. So, I'll see you guys on another update at some point in time. Welcome back to the Floor Laying Chronicles from Hell. After a hiatus from an injury, we're back at it to try and finish this nightmare. So here we are at the last section, getting here by the door. This is going to be one of the final headaches. I've already gotten this one piece here, and now I have to get this. Obviously, there's this space here under the door that I have to get the flooring underneath. Couldn't take this guy off. I have to now measure it to go under here, but also to match there, and here, at least. So we're gonna do some fun cutting on my little piece I have here and get this spot by the door done. And it is done. We've got that little guy in place. And man, this one's a little tight here, but there was a discrepancy in space between here and down there. So Not too much of an issue. You can't really tell. This spacer's like perfect. This one's a little tight, but once I measure that one, I'll just continue down the line and get more accurate measurements in between each one for the particular panel that's gonna go there. But for now, the front of the door is done. So it's been a little while since I've done anything on this. I don't exactly remember where it was that I last like documented this, but the floor's done. She's done. And messy, but done. Now I'm just trying to put the baseboards up, all the trim. I cut out all the boring stuff so y'all didn't have to see that. This one's already attached. I went ahead and put some teeny tiny finishing nails in here just to kind of keep the corners together a little bit more. They're having a little bit of a wonky issue, which kind of expected, but hopefully once I get this guy attached, it won't be as big of an issue. We'll see. So that's the update for now. I guess I'm gonna just work on getting the rest of this trim up and then, I don't know. I'm so over it. So here we are. This is one of our last pieces of baseboards I gotta put on here. And I guess I'm gonna show you kind of the process of how I've been doing this. So I'm taking these 2-inch finishing nails and placing them along the piece of trim here. I'm not worrying too much about locating the studs in the wall because there's pieces of 2x4 that run across the bottom. So that's what I've been really getting these into, just kind of getting it pretty close to the bottom. Yeah, I made sure to add caulking in between everything before putting it in, just to make sure that everything was kind of flush and looked good. So don't mind the mess on that. We're gonna clean them up and repaint them now that we've got them on, but first I'm gonna go through and get some caulking on the top to seal all of that against the wall. I would say that's looking pretty solid. I'm gonna take some putty and fill in all of the little nail holes and make sure that that's all smooth and everything before it's painted.